Hello, my darling. Welcome back to the podcast. Okay, so I am giving you another little snippet of my new program, Next Level Your Life. And I wanted to share this because I think that if you listen to this podcast, you're going to feel this. We talk in this snippet of Module 1 about the importance and the effects of our environment. And I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I could not choose the environment I was raised in. You were not of that choice either. You couldn't choose that. And so many of us were brought into this world in environments that were not conducive for us or had experiences that didn't help us. And some of us, unfortunately, if we don't deal with it, if we don't become aware, if we don't know how to unpack it, how to work with it, we'll continue to feel the effects of this. And so this snippet, it's not long. It's me and Hamish going deep into the impacts of your environment. And we use a really great analogy that we love. And I hope that this lands for you. I hope it does a few things. Number one, I hope that it gives you some awareness and it makes you feel not crazy. You're like, yo, life is hectic and your upbringing is nothing that of your control. And it affected us. It affects every single one of us. And now, as a grown-ass woman, as I say, you have the power to shift and change your life. Now you can choose. You couldn't choose back then, but now you can. And that's massive and huge as an awareness piece, number one. Number two, I want you to see and catch the vibe of Next Level Your Life. Many of you who listen to my podcast who've been here for a minute would remember my program, The Sisterhood. Many of you joined the wait list and were like, I can't wait to join the Sisterhood. And the Sisterhood is done. We closed it. It's not going forward anymore. This is the next level. It is called Next Level Your Life. And this is how I'm going to be supporting women. We've got some amazing women who've joined us inside of the program. And we just shut down Early Bird. So Early Bird was the first kind of January kickoff that we did for 2025. So if you missed that, I want to tell you some good news. We have a launch offer happening. So it was Early Bird, launch offer, then it's going to go to standard pricing. So if you want to get in before that happens, I would love to have you in there. I want to give you this sneak peek. I hope that it serves you. And if you want to go deeper, if you're like, okay, Erica, I'm ready to level up. Yes, I love your work. I want to work with you. I want to learn from Hamish. If that is for you, then there is a link inside of the show notes. Okay, I'll leave it there. And if it's not for you, I hope you enjoy this snippet about environment and the impacts that it has on us and how those of us who are parents, those of us who have people we lead can have some more compassion to ourselves, to others, and we can start to work on ourselves. Here's to you leveling up. I hope you enjoy this.
Hola, hola. It's your girl, Erica from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start standing as your fully expressed self. As you are, queen, as is, there is no filter needed. You are fucking awesome. And I am here to remind you, I'm a confidence coach, a business mentor, a speaker, an author, and I am obsessed with women standing up, showing up, and creating their confidence. And I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you.
One thing that we need for you to understand is that your past, your upbringing, your childhood, the way you grew up, where you grew up, the family that surrounded you, or your caregivers, 100% influences who you are today.
100%.
Right?
100%.
Super important for you to understand. So as we move through this program, it is the core foundation of everything. And I hate to be a psychologist or psychiatrist or therapy, but it's true. Tell me about your childhood. 100% it's important. Mm-hmm. How we were raised, who raised us, what we learned, our conditioning, which is something we'll go deeper into in a minute. It impacts who we are today. Yeah. You have this beautiful analogy that you talk about the plant. Can you share that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think if we look at human beings and compare them to a plant, right? If you saw a plant and it wasn't doing very well, you wouldn't...
Like my plants?
Like your plants. Like the plants sometimes
plant
in this office.
Killer.
Don't tend to last
She's
very
dry
long.
back there.
Anyway, like if we looked at the plant and it wasn't doing well, we wouldn't jump and go, well, there's something wrong with the plant, as in it's the plant's fault, right? We would then look at the environment in which the plant was in. We go, does it have enough water? Is it getting enough sunlight? Maybe we need to move it. Maybe the soil's not good. Maybe there's not nutrients in the soil. And I think humans in the same way, we're different. If something's wrong with a human being, if there's a person that's not doing well, we often jump to blame the person, and we tend to not look at the environment that they were in, or are they getting what they need, and I think it's a great analogy because just like a plant, if we move it into the sunlight, if we change the soil, if we add some water,
Repot it.
then that plant thrives. And in the same way, if we take a human and we give it a great environment, we nurture it, we take care of it, but then we give it the potential to thrive as well. And I think it's a much better way to see ourselves and a much better way to, open ourselves up to what the work can do.
We love analogies over here. So metaphors are it. I think it's nice too because it doesn't make us feel like if you were a little baby plant, you had no choice. You had no choice as to who you came in with, how you came in. We had a beautiful natural birth for our last child, but our first son came in a crazy cesarean traumatic birth. He didn't choose that. I definitely didn't sign up for that. That wasn't in my brochure, but that's what I got. And so sometimes when you come into a family structure or you come into a culture or even born in another country, and you didn't decide that. You didn't want that for yourself. Maybe you didn't want a dad that put pressure on you, or a brother who was really sick that you needed to 24/7 care for, or a codependent parent that you ended up parentified. There's a lot of things that we don't choose in our childhood. However, if we don't look back and see the environment that we were in as little plants, then we're not understanding why my leaves are brown.
Yeah.
Why do I feel so dry? Why can't I have fruit? No fruit is coming from this plant. Why? What's going on? And so inside of this module, before we move on, we really wanted to, get you to understand yourself, to understand why you are the way you are, maybe give yourself some awareness and be conscious to the fact that a lot of the stuff that happened in your past was out of your control, was not your fault. But now as grown-ass women, it's our responsibility. It's our responsibility to work on, to address, to deal with, because if we want to create the life that we desire, and you can, despite your past, you can, we need to understand that. So that's the point of this.
Plus, I think what's also another point to drive on this is that when we want to create a new future, the reason why we want to understand where we come from or why we are the way we are, is that we don't want that past, if it's not good for us, to influence, right, this future. How many of us, feel like we're taking 2 steps forward, and then 1 step back? We're not kind of getting anywhere, or we're just kind of going, we're kind of in the same spot. And sometimes there's parts of ourselves or parts of our personality or our behavior that maybe we're not aware of that is sabotaging us, or we're procrastinating, and we may not know why. So I think in order to create the life or create the person that you want to be, to actually level up, we want to start with a really clear slate. And we want to look at removing the things that no longer serve us. And I think that starts with a journey of having a look at our past, or looking at what environment we were brought up in, so we can understand, because there may be some great things about your past that you want to keep, some great memories, some great values, but there may be things that don't support you anymore. And so if we address those things and we understand them, we can move them on, and we can start really creating from a clean slate.
Yeah. And I talk about this other analogy inside of my first book, Confidence Feels Like Shit. And it was like the home analogy. And I love analogies. So I'll say, like,
if you cannot tell already.
If you can't tell already, I have a lot of analogies. Some of them are very inappropriate, and he doesn't like them, but I think they're fun. We'll get into those. So imagine you were born into the world and someone gave you a house, and it was like, welcome, we bought you a home. We decided the neighborhood you were going to live in. We decorated the house. We put wallpaper. There's carpets. It's so ugly. And he's like, here you go. This is yours. And you're like, oh my God, I hate the neighborhood. I don't like the wallpaper. I don't like the carpets. That lamp is pretty beautiful that my grandma gave me. Amazing. But everything else in this house, we need to bulldoze. We need a renovation, a makeover. You might even start fresh and move to another town. I did. I moved to another country. That's how bad my home was that got given to me. And so it's about redecorating, and it's about going, this is not mine. What values do you currently hold that are not yours? That maybe you took on from your mom, from your dad, from your big sister? What are the beliefs that you've carried around for so long? For example, I'm a Latina, like, oh, Latinas are this, or you're supposed to serve the husband first, or as a woman, you're not meant to speak too loud, or you can't wear red lipstick, or that's too sexy, or you're meant to be seen and not heard. Enter thing here. What does it mean that you were born in this country? What does it mean that your background and your religion is XYZ? What does it mean that you're the firstborn daughter? that pressure from Encanto, that Disney movie, right? It's like you have to break your back and give to everyone else. And so we really want you to start thinking about this now. Who lives in your mind rent-free? Is it your dad? Is it your mom? Whose voice is it constantly? Okay, my love, I had to stop it. There's so much goodness that I want you to listen. Hopefully you're joining us inside of Next Level Your Life. If not, I'm going to continue to drip feed little bits and pieces to give you a behind the scenes, because I know it's a big decision when you say you want to invest in yourself, you want to work on yourself. Many of the women I speak to that join our programs have joined a million other programs and courses and spent money on shit that they just did not fulfill, they did not go forward with, they did not complete. I know that about my book as well. I say to people, please don't buy my book if you're not going to read it and action it, because the shit just collects dust. We just be loving a binge. We be binging and we don't action. And so what I want for you to do this year, especially 2025, it's the beginning of 2025. I want you to actually commit to yourself. I want you to actually shift and change your damn life. And you're the one that can do that. You are the only one that can do that. People could help and support you. We could be catalyst. We could kick your ass into gear. We could give you the tools. But at the end of the day, you got to make it happen for yourself. And if that is you, if you're like, hell yeah, Erica, I'm in, let's make it happen, head to the link in the show notes. I love you. I cannot wait to see you next week. We got a firecracker of a podcast next week. I'm going to keep bringing you the heat. I love you. I appreciate you. And if you got my book, Becoming Magnetic, thank you. I've been meeting so many of you. I've been on the road in Sydney. I go to the Gold Coast, all these different places around Australia. And it has been my freaking joy to hug and squeeze you in real life, to take photos with you, to answer the questions of the book, and to see those of you support my work. Fucking thank you. I love you. If you do get the book, please, please, please go to Amazon or Goodreads and review the book. Just give it whatever honest review you like. I love honesty. You'll know already if you listen to my podcast. But please review the book. It helps more women to find the book. And give it to a sister who you know needs to hear it, who you know needs to read it, what I say in my podcast. I love you. I adore you. America, I'm coming in May. So in May, we are launching the book in the United States. So ya tú sabes, yo voy para allá. So stay tuned for that. But at the end of the day, I just want you to level up. Stop fucking around. This is your life. Let's live this shit. Make it happen. Head to the link in the show notes. Hit me on the Instagram DMs if you have questions. I love you, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for listening. I freaking love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your ears and your energy and your attention. Thank you for letting me into your world. And thank you so much for listening and tuning in to this podcast. There are so many podcasts you can listen to, and I deeply, deeply, for real, appreciate you listening to mine. Do me one big favor, one big thing. Please share this episode or this podcast with a woman who you know needs to hear this. This is my mission on planet Earth, to serve as many women as possible so that we could show up, stand up, speak up, and create the confidence and the life that we desire. I appreciate you, my love. I will see you on the next episode.